The following episode of the 8 p.m. quiz may contain strong language, adult themes, and very bad jokes. Please approach it with care.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to persist with the 9 p.m. edict theme for the 8 p.m. quiz, at least till the end of this series, which is next month. Good evening, I'm still Garian. Welcome to the 8 p.m. quiz, Series 2, Episode 4 on this Thursday evening, wherever you are. I can see Ross Nye's with us, still mobile. Hi, Ms. Cat. Hi, Pong. Hi, Craig Batty. Hi, Shane O'Neill, who's going to be thrown for the first question. I know, Jim Campbell and others. Not a whole lot of you tonight. 16 people on the stream. That's good. Let's see if a few more come in. And I'm interested to see how the technology copes this time, because I've found where the problem lies. I've reduced the stream to 720p, not 1080, in the hope that reduced data rate will stop things screwing up. It is interesting that I can't quite get the uplink speed throughput through the whole system as it should be able to do. And I only discovered that a few minutes before we started. So maybe the June episode I'll actually get it right. So I may be a little bit pixelated. Sorry about that, but it's important that we have the audio working. So for those of you who are new to it, welcome. Hi Alex Kidman, good to see you. Hi KA. Hi Nick Andrew and others. If you are new to the 8 p.m. quiz, I am sitting here, of course, in front of the magnificent curtains of mystery. I have a drink, in this case a gin and tonic. I have 40 questions, which I will ask you in two parts, cunningly called Part 1 and Part 2. You will not put the answers in the chat. Do not put the answers in the chat. The answers go down on a piece of paper or a notepad or some other device for recording the answers at your end. Then we get to the end of Part 1. We run through them. I'll give you the answers. You will score or rate or mark your questions as you wish on your own cognizance. Don't cheat. There's no point cheating. Cheating's just silly because there aren't any prizes, right? You're only cheating yourself. And then we'll do the same with Part 2 with the remaining 20 of questions. I trust you have a drink. Oh, Nick Andrew, there's odd refocusing happening, is there? Well, I can't do anything like that. No, Pong, it's not pixelated by Japanese porn. Well, it might be down there. Plenty of pixels down there. We may have teams. What is there? Yeah, jokes are okay. And before I start, which I will do extremely soon, I will just say that the 9 p.m. edict, the autumn series, is continuing. There are excellent episodes up just recently with author John Birmingham, with cartoonist John Kudelka. And there's one next week, next Friday, the 28th of May. That will be with cartoonist Kathy Wilcox, which will be a lot of fun. And what will I need to tell you about that? Oh yes, if you have trigger words or a conversation topic to put into that episode, I'll need it by midday Friday next week. So midday Australian Eastern Standard Time on Friday the 28th to get your input in with cartoonist Kathy Wilcox. And then after that, I think it's the 11th of June, that will be satirist Mark Humphreys. So that should be fun too. Okay, I think everyone who's here, everyone who's going to be here rather, is here. So let's get things underway. Pens and pencils and typing fingers in hands, ready to write down your answers. Here's Part 1. And round 1, first 5 questions are always about new news. Sorry, Shane O'Neill. Question 1, who or what is A76? The letter A hyphen 76. Who or what is A76? In the news today. You either know or you don't. Question 2. Who is the Prime Minister of Israel? A country that's been in the news quite a bit the last little bit. Who is the Prime Minister of Israel? And for a bonus point, what is their nickname? Prime Minister of Israel and their nickname. Okay, question 3. Question 3 is our first picture question. That's lovely. Here is our first picture question. Who are these 3 in the news this week? 1 point each. I want their names. Okay. Someone called Name Namesons on there, and their answer to question 1 is fuck. The answer is fuck. No, sorry, Name Nameson. Yeah, I think you might end up disappearing if you're just going to be like that. We could all say fuck and fucker, but it's not very grown up, is it? Settle yourself down, or I'll have to go over to the other thing and kick you off. Oh dear. Just excuse me while I do this. I forgot to get this set up on another screen so it was ready to deal with idiots. It's pleasing that this is the first one though, that I've had. That really goes to show how small the audience is. Anyway, this will give you a bit of time to have a look at the people on the screen who are, of course, the people whose identities is question 3. Oh, yeah. Ho, ho. Very funny. I should have... I'll for next episode, I'll delegate someone to deal with this for me. It's really quite tedious. Oh, hang on. I can... Very funny. Oh, okay. I do have a ban button there. For next episode, I'll... Whoa! Delays. Ross and I wants to know if you get a bonus point for knowing how to answer question 1. How to spell question 1. Nah. Spelling is whatever. I'll give you a bonus point if you can write it down in Hebrew. How's that for a bonus point? Sorry about that, gentle listener and viewer. Okay, so question 1, what is A76 or who is A76? Question 2, who is the PM of Israel and what is their nickname? Question 3 is the people on the screen. Don't worry about the echo. That was just the video coming up on the pad of eyes and I had the sound turned up. Not important. Don't worry yourselves about that. Okay, that's question 3. Question 4, we're still in the news round. 2 tornadoes ripped through a major city and a nearby town the other day. 12 people killed, hundreds injured, homes destroyed, a whole industrial area flattened. Which city did that happen in? Which city was hit by the tornadoes? And question 5. Question 5. I need to press a button here, and meanwhile, you need please be watching this brief video. Okay, fabulous work there from everyone involved. Question 5, where did that happen? The country name will do. What country did that happen in? Oh, just as an aside, thank you for letting me know about echo, but not every sound you hear in the background is echo. There you go. Anyway, that was all a thing that I knew about. So that's question 5. What country did that happen? Okay, round 2 is always my subject, and as it happens, today is World Bee Day. World Bee Day. Day of bees. So I have 3 questions here on bees. Question 6. How many species of bees are there? Are there A, 4,000, B, 8,000, C, 16,000, or D, 32,000 species of bees? How many species of bees? 4, 8, 16, or 32,000? Question 7. How many eyes do bees have? Bees have eyes. How many? No, this is not a trick question because the word bee does not have eyes in it. The actual animal bees, the actual animal bees, how many eyes do they have? That's question 7. And question 8, if the queen bee dies, workers will create a new queen by selecting a young larva and feeding it vast quantities of what? What do you feed larval bees to turn them into a queen bee? That was question 8. Question 9. This is, of course, round 3, the media round, where the term media is interpreted very loosely. And we have 5 questions here. Question 9, The Right Stuff is a book and also a movie about the first American astronauts, the so-called Mercury 7. Who wrote the book, The Right Stuff? Who wrote the book, The Right Stuff? Question 10, what do all of these things have in common? Rangers, marlins, blue jays, pirates, and cubs. That's rangers, marlins, blue jays, pirates, and cubs. Going back to the bees, a World Bee Day would be a kind of vast and quite horrifying concept, wouldn't it? Rangers, marlins, blue jays, pirates and cubs are what? What do they have in common? Question 11, the song lyrics question. Copyright reasons means I can't play you a song, but I can read out the lyrics to a song. This is a hit song from 2004 this time. From 2004, a point for the title, a point for the artist. So take a step back and see the little people. They may be young, but they're the ones that make the big people big. So listen as they whisper. I'll skip a line because it's a bit of a giveaway. And now I'm standing on the corner. All the world's gone home. Nobody's changed. Nobody's been saved. And I'm feeling cold and alone. I guess I'm lucky. I smile a lot. Song from 2004. Point for the title, point for the artist. Question 12. Which actor, in the gender-neutral sense of the word, has starred in all these films? The Deal, Frost Nixon, The Gospel of Us, How to Build a Girl, Midnight in Paris, and Passengers. An actor has appeared in all these films: The Deal, Frost Nixon, The Gospel of Us, How to Build a Girl, Midnight in Paris, and Passengers. Who's that actor? That's question 12. Question 13, another picture question. Let's have a look at that. Why don't I have a 13 on my screen? Just a quick pause while I grab the relevant picture for question 13. There we go. Who are these folks? 1 point each for their names. While that's on screen, I will do... I won't say yes. What? Question 13, unlucky for some. Yes, Ross wants to know whether I can do the lyrics again. I can. Anyway, on screen, 3 people. This is question 13. You need to know who they are. But question 11, the lyrics question. Okay, here we go. So take a step back and see the little people. They may be young, but they're the ones that make the big people big. So listen as they whisper. And then, and now I'm standing on the corner, all the world's gone home, nobody's changed, nobody's been saved, and I'm feeling cold and alone. I guess I'm lucky, I smile a lot. Okay, that was 11. 12 was which actor was in those films. 13 are the people on the screen. All people connected with the media, the arts or entertainment in some way. Alex Kidman thinks I'm evil. All right. Fair enough. That's question 14. Okay. That's question 13 rather. Question 14, we're into the old news round now. Question 14, the first voyage around the world in human history was an expedition commanded by who? Who was the commander of the first voyage in human history to go all the way around the world? Excuse me. It was a bloke, by the way. Who commanded it. You'll be okay. Question 15. Lassiter's reef is made of what? Is it gold, hemp or coral? Lassiter's reef is made of what? Is it gold? Is it hemp? Is it coral? Ollie Lloyd reckons it's hard tonight. It's hard every time, but yeah, maybe these are a bit tougher. I mean, if they're tough for you, they're tough for everyone, I guess. So it all evens out. Yeah, question 15, what is Lassiter's reef made of? Question 16, what flag is that? There's a flag. It's on a ship. What flag is it? Okay. Yeah, maybe it is a bit tough this week. We'll see. The platypus round's really going to screw you up. Question 17. There's a ship. 2 points for this. First, what's special about that ship? And second, what's its name? Now, what's special about it, you might be able to infer kind of from looking at it. What's its name? I'll give you a clue for this one. It's important for technological reasons. And I will say it was launched in the 1950s. Just in 1959, as it happens. Okay, so that's question 17. What's special about that ship and what is its name? Question 18 is the old news picture question. We're going through these. Here are 3 more people. Who are they? Now, I haven't put in a photo credit for that first person on the left because if I said where the photo came from, that would be a horribly easy clue. So who are those 3 people? I'm still not quite sure why I'm evil, Alex Kidman, but anyway, I'll figure it out later when we get to the halfway mark. Aye. There you go. Have you had enough time for those people there? Because I need to put up another photo in a second. I'm going to give you another, a few more seconds to look at those people and chat amongst, if you have people with you at your homes or sanitariums. Have a look at that. Okay. 3 people. Okay. Those 3 people are question 18. Question 19 is, as always, the critter question. The critter question. What's that? There are a number of species of these critters, about 7 or 8 or 9 or something. The overall category for them is fine. So, you know, if you know, they're all something that. Okay, Alex. All right. Yeah, the song clue is a thing. It never became an earworm for me, but probably will now. Obviously. Anyway, there's a critter on the screen, and question 20 is the "Who am I?" question, as in who am I that I'm about to pretend to be. Who am I? I was born in 1952 in a famous port city, the second largest city in my country. I studied German and I speak it fluently, as well as my own national language. At university, I studied law. I joined the military, serving as far afield as New Zealand, and eventually reached the rank of colonel, although I'm much better known for my political career. My hobbies include judo and karate and sports generally, although my martial arts prowess has been questioned by experts. Born in 1952 in a famous port city, second largest city in my country, I studied German and speak German fluently, as well as my own national language. At university, I studied law. I joined the military. I served as far afield as New Zealand and reached the rank of colonel, though I'm much better known for my political career. My hobbies include judo and karate and sports generally, although my martial arts prowess has been questioned. I've actually got a typo here which says my marital arts prowess has been questioned. I would not dare to say that. Okay. Yes, if I see what you mean about the focus changing. I might set up some manual focus later up at some point. That was question 20, so let's scroll back, shall we? I need to just pop back to where we are. Okay, I'm going to go through these fairly quickly, although we're on time tonight, so that's pretty good. Right. Who or what is A76? The answer is an iceberg. There's a picture. This iceberg has just broken off from the Weddell Sea. It's the largest iceberg currently on the planet, and the European Space Agency has helpfully told us it's bigger than the island of Mallorca. Nick Hodge did question earlier what an iceberg is doing in the Mediterranean. I have no answer for that, but there we are. So 1 point for iceberg. Question 2, who's the PM of Israel? Benjamin Netanyahu, or Benjamin Netanyahu. I mean, you know, you don't have to spell it. Point for that. His nickname is Bibi, so the bonus point for Bibi. Question 3, the picture question. Okay, 1 point for each of these names. On the left, that is China's new lander on Mars. Brilliant. That is Tianwen-1. In English, it's normally done Tianwen. That is Tianwen-1, so I guess they're going to do another one soon. And Tianwen means heavenly questions. So a point for Tianwen 1 or Heavenly Questions. In the middle, that is, of course, Senator Penny Wong. Point for Penny Wong. And on the right, that is the Chief Executive Officer of Virgin Australia, Ms. Jane Herdlicker. I do not expect you to know how to spell Herdlicker, but she's in the news, of course, because, you know, she was sort of quoted out of context or very poorly as saying, yes, we should open up flights. I mean, people might die, but no more than the flu. She has accepted since then that the words are wrong. So 3 points there for Tianwen 1, Senator Penny Wong, and Jane Herdlicker. Moving on to the next question. Oh, the video. Look, I think we need to watch the video again. It's just fabulous. This is how Bitcoin works, by the way. A lot of people just look at each other and figure out, how does it work? Which way did that transaction go? Oh, yeah, all right. Half a point, Ms. Cat, for Chinese Marslander. A third of a point. A third of a point for Chinese Marslander. Honestly. Okay, that happened in Uzbekistan. So a point for Uzbekistan for question 5. Question 6, how many species of bees? 16... question 4? Sorry, thank you, Sil Mobile. Question 4, the answer is Wuhan. The 2 tornadoes were in Wuhan, in Hubei province in China. Sorry about that, folks. Wuhan for the tornado, question 4. Question 5, Uzbekistan. Question 6, there are 16,000 species of bees. Why? I don't know. That has never been satisfactorily explained to me. If you just wrote down the letter, that was letter C. 16,000 bees. Question 7, how many eyes do bees have? The answer is 5. I don't know why, again, but bees have 5 eyes. Ooh. There's an interesting connection. 5 eyes for bees. Question 8, if the queen bee dies and they need to make another one, the larva is fed royal jelly. Royal jelly for the point. Royal jelly is 67% water, 12.5% protein, 11% simple sugars, i.e. monosaccharides, 6% fatty acids, 3.5% 10-hydroxy-2-decanoic acid, 10-HDA. It also contains trace minerals, antibacterial and antibiotic components, pantothenic acid, which is vitamin B5, pyridoxine, which is vitamin B6, trace amounts of vitamin C, but none of the fat-soluble vitamins. So all larvae get fed a little bit of royal jelly, but if you really want to trigger a queen, get a royal jelly. Point for royal jelly. That was question 8. Question 9, The Right Stuff was written by Tom Wolfe, W-L-F-E. You didn't have to spell it, but Tom Wolfe is the author of The Right Stuff, one of the founders of New Journalism. And it's saying, question 10, what do these things have in common? Rangers, Marlins, Blue Jays, Pirates and Cubs. They are all American Major League Baseball teams. Well, I say Major League Baseball teams because that's the only kind of Major League Baseball there is the North American one. Yes, sport is part of the performing arts. I've decided it's the media. Question 11, the song lyrics question from 2004. This was Australia's top-selling single for 2004. It's What About Me by Shannon Noll. So a point for What About Me and a point for Shannon Noll. You can blame Australian Idol for that, can't you? Question 12, which actor was in The Deal, Frost Nixon, The Gospel of Us, How to Build a Girl, Midnight in Paris and Passengers? The answer is Michael Sheen, the Welsh gentleman. Michael Sheen, S-H-E-E-N. If you get a chance, look on ABC iView the series, what's it called? Staged, which is, no, just look it up. It's called Staged. It's on ABC iView and others. You will really enjoy it. Question 13 was the picture question. Okay, Ross and I is hating me for something. Nothing new there. Question 13. Okay, a point each for these. On the left, that is the Doctor himself, Hunter S. Thompson, author of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas and amongst many other things. In the middle, jazz singer Billie Holiday, who led a remarkable life. That is, find out her story. It's just incredible. Billie Holiday in the middle. And on the right, another author, Agatha Christie, the crime writer, the extremely prolific crime writer. That's a photo of her when she was relatively young. That's often a trivia question. How many books did Agatha Christie write? The answer is 4,685 millionty. So a point each for Hunter S. Thompson, Billie Holiday and Agatha Christie. Question 14, first voyage around the world led by Ferdinand Magellan, Magellan, Ferdinand Magellan, although he didn't actually make it all the way around. They went round one way. Anyway, he was killed in the Philippines about halfway around. Apparently not all the locals were up for this idea of converting to Christianity. And so they put a spear in him, and then when he was down on the ground with a spear in him, a whole bunch of others came up and clubbed him to death. So Ferdinand Magellan was the answer we wanted. Interestingly, when he got back, or when the expedition got back, Magellan was not celebrated. In fact, he was discredited and reviled in Spain. Magellan was originally Portuguese, and the Portuguese hated him because he defected to Spain. He'd become a naturalised Spanish citizen, and the Spanish hated him because the survivors of the expedition did not have kind words to say of him. Not much fun. That was question 14. Anyway, question 15, Lassiter's Reef is made of gold, or possibly nothing. Back in 1929, 1930, there was a bloke by the name of Harold Bell Lassiter, and he came back from a journey into Central Australia claiming he'd seen this huge and extremely fabulous gold deposit in a remote corner of Central Australia. Not sure how you have a corner in the centre, but there you go. Anyway, he couldn't quite remember where it was, and many people looked for it. But if Lassiter's Reef exists, it's made of gold. Question 16. What flag is that? That is the Dutch East India Company, or the, shall I say it, the Verenigde Oost-Indische Company. They're the big thing. The Dutch East India Company was eventually rolled into a kind of more governmental organisation called the Dutch East Indies, which these days we call Indonesia. Not without a great deal of bother along the way. Anyway, Dutch East India Company, that's its logo on the flag, which is a bit of a giveaway. Question 17, what's special about that ship? Well, it's the world's first nuclear-powered cargo ship. I will accept the fact that it's nuclear-powered as what's special about it. Its name is the Savannah, for the second point. Savannah is its name because it came from areas where nuclear reactors were built and whatever in the United States. It was, in fact, as I say, the first cargo ship that was nuclear-powered, launched in 1959. It was not the first civilian nuclear-powered ship, though. The Soviet Union had an icebreaker called the Lenin, launched in 1957, a couple of years before. Didn't carry cargo as such. So that was the Savannah. It was more a demonstration ship. Turns out that nuclear-powered cargo ships aren't all that cost-effective, especially as the whole idea of containerization came in not long after that. And if you have a look at it, it's not exactly a container ship, is it? Anyway, that's the NS Savannah, the nuclear ship Savannah. Point for the nuke, point for the Savannah. The picture question, okay, 3 names here. Chap on the left, that is Sukarno, the first president of independent Indonesia. He, like me, is mononymous, just the one name. Unlike him, I am not Javanese. So that is Sukarno on the left. In the middle, that is John Gorton, who was Prime Minister of Australia from 1968 to 1971. That's John Gorton. And then on the right, that is Jane Goodall, the primatologist, who would have been the 1960s again, I guess, totally revolutionised the way we saw the great apes as they were the kind of done. Okay, so Jane Goodall, and look, you could get a bonus point if you see her little stuffed friend, soft toy friend there, right on the bottom right. That's Mr. H. I don't know what the H stands for, but I'll give you a bonus point if you knew that was Mr. H. Question 19, what is the critter? That is an ibex, I-B-E-X. Ross and I, half a point for Gorilla Lady. Good with that. Hit me again if you want any other half point ideas. That's an ibex, I-B-E-X. I will also accept a Steinbock or a Bouquetin, B-O-U-Q-U-E-T-I-N. But ibex, I-B-E-X, is what that's usually known as. Well, Nick Andrew, you get a point for the song if you knew it was called What About Me. Come on, you know. I mean, not that you knew it, but there you go. There's the ibex. And question 20, who was that person? Vladimir Putin, President of Russia, is who question 20 is. I may have thrown you with the served as far afield as New Zealand, but of course the military that Vladimir Putin served in was as a member of the KGB, the Soviet Secret Service, essentially, whatever you want to call it, security force. And certainly he was in New Zealand. You can see he's a KGB agent. He was in New Zealand. Okay, so there are 30 possible points. Not a Springbok, KA, no. It's the horns that give it away. It's the size of the horns that matter. Putin, damn it. No, well, you may well say that. Okay, so there's 30 points available to you there in part 1. I know, it's tough, isn't it? It's really quite tough. I reckon, since we're on time, we're going to zoom straight into part 8 1/3 for Ms. Cat. Yeah, sorry to be difficult there, but that's quite It was not... look, I'm not going to speculate about that. Jason Anderson, 6 points. Don't worry, Jason. That first half was really tough this time. Oryx is good, David Heath, but no. Turns out it's the other one. 9 out of 30 for Chrissy M. Has anyone clocked 10? Shane O'Neill on 12. That's very good. Okay, well, why did you put it? 13.5. Jim Campbell very much in the lead here. Oh, 9's a pass. 13.5 for Ross Nye. That's awesome work. It really is a thing. Okay. While all that's happening, I need to remind you, I haven't even done this yet. You should pop over at some point while the second half's going to the 9 p.m. Oh, that shouldn't say the idiot comms. That should just say stilgarian.com. Doesn't matter. That goes to the same place. Go over there, chuck a couple of bucks in if you're enjoying the quiz so far. I can actually change that live. This is science. There we go. Why isn't that centred properly? Oh, it is. It's me who's not centred. There we go. I'm a little off centre tonight, matron. Go over there. Chuck something in the tip. I'll remind you again later. Okay, part 2, and we begin. Part 2, as always, with the platypus round. And there is, once we get into series 3, I'll find some more platypus videos for you. Okay, 4 questions provided for us by the snarky platypus independently of how I did questions in the first half, but here we go. Question 21, how many provinces are there in Indonesia? Nearby neighbour, the Republic of Indonesia. How many provinces are there in Indonesia? I'll narrow it down for you. It is more than 30 and less than 40. How many provinces are there in Indonesia? Question 22. What is the second largest city in Indonesia? Jakarta's the biggest city, slowly sinking into the ocean. Global warming, oceans rising, and also Jakarta's built on a swamp and river, and they've pumped the water out of it, so it's sinking into the ocean as well. What's the second largest city in Indonesia? Question 23, which I think is very tough for white people and people not from Indonesia. What is the name of the last pre-colonial empire in the Indonesian archipelago? Lots of empires flowed through that area. I've already mentioned that later up it was, of course, a Dutch colony. The Portuguese were in there before that, but the Dutch Royal, the Dutch East India Company, essentially was this kind of corporate government of those islands. As I say, it was the Dutch East India Company, and then the Dutch East Indies, and then Indonesia after a civil war for independence in the second half of the 1940s. But what was the last pre-colonial empire? And question 24, one that Australians might know, Bali. The island of Bali. What's unique about Bali when it comes to religion? In the context of Indonesia, anyway. What is special about Bali when it comes to religion? That is the platypus round. I don't know why they're all about Indonesia this time. They just are. Question 25, round 8. Round 8 is geography. It's very geographical this time. We shall see. It's tough all round, but there you go. Question 25. Which of these two cities is furthest from the equator? Tokyo in Japan or Melbourne in Australia? Which one is furthest from the equator? Come on, you could guess and get half right, couldn't you? Tokyo or Melbourne, which is furthest from the equator? Question 26. Gaborone is not a type of pasta. It's the capital of a southern African country. Which country? Gaborone, Gaborone. Gaborone is capital of which country in the southern part of Africa? Question 27. The Gulf of Aden. Which countries have coasts on the Gulf of Aden? 1 point for each country. I think about that one for a bit. I mean, I'm hoping you do know where the Gulf of Aden is, right? That would be good for you to remember. So then once you have the Gulf of Aden, what countries have coastlines on the Gulf of Aden? This is, I think, a bit trickier this time, this episode, isn't it? Oh, well, there you go. Question 28. What is a tarn? T-A-R-N in geographic terms. T-A-R-N. What is a tarn? That's question 28. I mean, your description of what a tarn is does not have to be, meticulously precise. But again, you know what it is or don't know what it is. Question 29. It's the map question. So let's put the map up. Where's the map for question 29? There is the map, and today it's Central Asia. So if you're new to this, how the map question works is as follows. As you can see, I've numbered some countries there, 9 of them. And I'm going to read out 5 country names, and I will go through them. I'll come back and repeat some other things once I've gone through this, so we don't get too confused. Okay, so I've labelled some countries. I will read out 5 country names, A, B, C, D, E, and you will write down the numbers next to them. So it's pretty straightforward. You get it as we go along. I hope you recognise which parts of the world we're looking at there. In case you're having real difficulties, that big open wide area on the right-hand side, that's China. Okay? So country A is Tajikistan. Which country, which number is Tajikistan? B is Kazakhstan. Oh, I forgot the little joke to say this one's the for stands of the map question, but Chrissy M's just picked it up. Why, yes, Jim, they all ended stand. A is Tajikistan, B Kazakhstan, C Pakistan, D Turkmenistan, and E Uzbekistan. And you've recently seen a video of Uzbekistan, so you should be able to recognise it. Hi to Oberon's Ghost, who's joining us a little late, but, there's always the catch-up, the other questions. So I'll go through A to E again. A is Tajikistan. B is Kazakhstan. C, Pakistan. D, Turkmenistan. And E, Uzbekistan. I'll leave that on the screen just for a moment as we go through to the next couple of questions. Round 9, the World Affairs round. Question 30, which major economy has just effectively banned cryptocurrency? A major economy in the world, one of the top 30, has just done something which effectively bans cryptocurrency in that country. Which country? That's question 30. Question 31. According to a global study released by the World Health Organization, what kills more than 745,000 people a year? Now, to work around the smartasses in the room, most things I know kill more than 745,000 people a year, like just because there's nearly 8 billion people on the planet. But I'm referring to quite a specific thing that the World Health Organization has been looking at, and just in the last few days released a report saying, look, we've identified in 1 year 745,000 people died of what? Okay. I'm going to take the map off the screen because you need to be looking at me because I'm the star of the show. That was question 31. Question 32. In the phrase one country, two systems, what are the two systems? Or if you like, where and when do the two systems apply? What does one country, two systems mean? And as a bonus point, who got it very wrong last week? One country, two systems. What does that refer to in world affairs? Okay. Okay, this is going to be difficult because I've made a mistake here and there is no question 33 because I don't know how to use copy and paste. So let me just adjust that. Now, someone wanted another question. Let me scroll back, a repeat. Someone did want me to repeat a question and... question 28 for KA. Question 28. What is a tarn? T-A-R-N. What is a tarn? T-A-R-N for November. No, Alex, not a free point for everyone because then it won't add up properly to a round number at the end. Okay, so question 32 was one country, two systems, and who got it wrong. Question 33, there is no question. Oh, that autofocus, yes, I'm worried. No question 33. Question 34 is a picture question, but the World Affairs round just has one person in the picture question. Who's that? Who is that smiling gentleman? He's important in world affairs, I think. That's a fabulous photo of him too. If I were this chap, I would be very, very happy with that photo. That's the end of the world affairs. Round 10 is the penultimate round. 5 questions and then there's a few more at the end. Okay. Question 35. The word B-Day is a loan word from French. What is the literal meaning of the word B-Day? I mean, we know what a B-Day is. It's a thing for sitting on to clean you after doing the... Right? But what does B-Day actually mean? What is a B-Day? Yeah. That's a tough one. Question 36. God, I've got typings wrong here. What are these? A log, yearner, soldier, freefall, and starfish. What are all of them? I'll read them again and I'll spell them as I go along. Log, L-O-G, like a bit of a tree. Yearner, Y-E-A-R-N-E-R, so like someone who is yearning for something, a yearner. Soldier, in the army. Free fall, like a parachutist might do. And starfish, they are all what? Yeah, I can lock down the focus, but... Okay, log, yearner, soldier, freefall, and starfish are all what? That was question 36. Question 37 is about someone called Katsushika Hokusai. Katsushika Hokusai. Spelt how it sounds in Japanese. Why is that person famous? Is it for A, economics, B, the music genre queer punk, C, printmaking, or D, sumo wrestling? Katsushika Hokusai, or actually might be Katsushika Hokusai. Katsushika Hokusai. You want me to spell it? I don't know whether it help. If you don't know how Japanese sounds, like it's very easy to sound out. Katsushika Hokusai. Katsushika Hokusai. What are they famous for? Is it economics, the music genre queer punk, printmaking, or sumo wrestling? That's question 37. Question 38. True or false? Caffeine is meant to be toxic to critters that eat the plants that produce it, but bees love it. True or false? Caffeine is meant to be toxic to the critters that might eat the plants that produce it, but bees love it. Yes, it is World Bee Day today over on Ghost. We've had all of those questions earlier and the joke. That's question 8, true or false. Question 39 is always, what city is this? There's a city. Which city is that? I'll leave it on the screen for a moment. It's not an angle you usually see that city from. That's question 39. And question 40 is the 5-point finale this time, so it adds up. Question 40, what is the Kessler syndrome? Kessler syndrome. Is it A, I'll give you three choices here. What is it? Is the Kessler syndrome a scenario in which there's so much space junk in low Earth orbit that any collision ends up creating more space junk, leading to more collisions, and so on, named after a NASA scientist who first recognised this as a problem? So is the Kessler syndrome about too much space junk causing a chain of collisions? Is it B, a sort of brain injury being reported by US and Canadian embassy staff in Cuba, including Ambassador Stephen J. Kessler, and some other places as well, possibly caused by radiation from surveillance equipment or something? So a kind of worrying brain injury experienced by diplomats? Or is it C, Kessler syndrome is caused when the nucleus of a calcium atom is removed using quantum superposition, leaving the electron shell free, which then showers radiation out, having adverse effects on any organic matter nearby? So, the Kessler syndrome, is it A, about space junk, a kind of chain reaction of collisions and more space junk? Is it B, a brain injury or some other medical condition that's being reported by American and Canadian embassy staff, particularly in Cuba? Or is it C, a kind of quantum superposition of the nucleus of the calcium atom, which causes radiation which can affect organic matter nearby? A, B, or C? And that is question 40, and that is the end of part 2. So, everyone, let's scroll back and go through the answers. I think, yes, thank you for spelling. I'll spell them when I can, but, you know, I don't know that the spelling necessarily helps, but there you go. Okay, look, anyway, platypus round. Okay, here we go. Question 21. How many provinces does Indonesia have? The answer is 34. 34 provinces in Indonesia. What is the second largest city? It is Surabaya. Spelling not required, but Surabaya. That's question 22. Question 23, what is the name of the last pre-colonial empire in the archipelago? It is the Majapahit Empire. Majapahit. Point for that. Platypus is being a real cunt this time, isn't he? I'll let him know. 24, what is unique about Bali? It's the last majority Hindu place in Indonesia. So Hinduism as Bali's primary religion, a point for Hinduism for that. The platypus round was really quite tough this time, wasn't it? Geography round, question 25, which is further from the equator? It is Melbourne, though not by a lot. Well, a bit of a lot. Tokyo is 35.7-ish degrees north. Melbourne is 37.8 degrees south. So 2 degrees in it. Melbourne for the point. Question 26, Gaborone is the capital of Botswana. Botswana for the point. Question 27. Which countries have coasts on the Gulf of Aden? There are 3 of them, 1 point each. Here we go. Yemen, Djibouti, and Somalia. So a point each for Yemen, Djibouti, and Somalia. Going back to Bali, I'll give a half a point for saying not Muslim. Half a point for not Muslim. So a point each for Yemen, Djibouti and Somalia. Hope you got those 3. Question 28, what is a tarn, T-A-R-N? It is a mountain, lake, pond or pool. So you need to get a lake or pond or pool in there, carved out by a glacier, but up the top. So a glacial lake, Jim Campbell, you would call it a corrie loch. A corrie is another name for it. So a glacial lake, a mountain lake, any of those things will get you the point. And question 29, the map. Right. Excuse me there, I was just coughing and turned my microphone off so you didn't have to listen to that. Okay, here we go. The first one you want, Tajikistan, that is number 7. So A, 7, a point. B, Kazakhstan, that's number 2. Always remember Kazakhstan's the biggest of those Central Asian stans. Kazakhstan. Stan. I'm from Adelaide, Stan. C, Pakistan, 9, number 9. D, Turkmenistan is number 5. And E, Uzbekistan is number 4. I will ignore the abuse on the chat and I'll just say the numbers you want, a point each, are 7, 2, 9, 5, 4. And just to satisfy your curiosity, I'll run through all the numbers. Number 1 is Russia. That was a trick answer. 2 is Kazakhstan. 3 is Mongolia, not a stan. 4 Uzbekistan. 5 Turkmenistan. 6 Kyrgyzstan. 7 Tajikistan. 8 Afghanistan. And 9 Pakistan. That's really quite enough for the stans. Question 30. Question 30. Which major economy has just effectively banned cryptocurrency? The answer is China. Yes, 3 bodies in China, the National Internet Finance Association, the China Banking Association, and the Payment and Clearing Association of China has basically said banks are forbidden to allow their customers to access cryptocurrency trading or storage. They're not allowed to provide insurance to crypto business or investments. Web platforms are not allowed to host crypto coin companies or allow advertising for any crypto-related business activities in China. So question 30, a point for China. Question 31. What kills all those people? Long working hours, says the World Health Organization in conjunction with the International Labour Organization, another UN body. They examined 2016 figures, and basically they found that 745,000 people in the world essentially died from stroke and heart disease due to long working hours. If you work 55 hours or more a week, that's a 35% higher risk of stroke, 17% higher risk of dying from heart disease compared to a 35 to 40 hour week. So long working hours, or overwork if you like. Question 31. Question 32, one country, two systems. That's about the relationship between China and Hong Kong. That Hong Kong is part of China, one country, but two systems in that they have two separate legal systems. So the relationship between China and Hong Kong is really your point there. And the bonus point, who got it very wrong last week, the answer is Scott Morrison, who used it to refer to Taiwan and China as one country, two systems, which the Taiwanese government probably found quite unhelpful. Sticking in East Asia for the moment, question 34 was the who is that? That is the president of South Korea, Moon Jae-in. Moon Jae-in for the point if you said President of South Korea. I'll give you half a point for that, but Moon Jae-in for the name for that. Question 35, B-Day means little horse. Apparently, because you sit astride a B-Day like you sit astride a little horse and then wash your ass and lady front bottom as appropriate. Question 35, little horse. Question 36, log, yearner, soldier, freefall and starfish are all sleeping positions. The position, like someone has given names to all the positions you might lie in as you sleep. There's many more. Look up sleeping positions on Wikipedia. Question 37, who is Katsushika Hokusai, or rather, why are they famous? The answer is C, printmaking, and in particular, you will know of Hokusai's work because they include the woodblock print series from the late 1800s, 36 views of Mount Fuji, including this, the Great Wave off Kanagawa. That, I think, is one of the most famous pieces of art in the world. It is not a tsunami, it's a large ocean wave. There's another word for that, which I forgot to write down. But the answer is C, printmaking is what Hokusai is famous for. Question 38, true or false? Bees love caffeine, correct? True. Apparently, the plant can use the caffeine to manipulate the memory of bees because the bees come in, the pollen from the coffee plant has a high caffeine content. It improves the bee's memory and the bee tends to remember those flowers and come back to it rather than other flowers. Apparently. There you go. Question 39. What city is that? That is Seattle. You can see about a third of the way in from the left-hand side that very distinctive tower in Seattle, but that is Seattle in question 39. And finally, question 40, the correct answer is A. The Kessler syndrome, named after a NASA scientist, is what happens when you have so much space junk in low Earth orbit that it collides, creating more space junk, and you get a chain reaction of collisions. We're heading towards that slowly. B, the brain injury, that is a thing. That is called the Havana syndrome. because, of course, it's the embassies in Havana that diplomats first started reporting this weird effect. The authorities the medical authorities have decided, yes, there is something happening with these people, but we don't know what it is. They're wondering whether it's microwave radiation from surveillance gear that the Russians had, or the Soviets, or whatever. No one knows. That is the Havana syndrome. And C, the nucleus of a calcium atom being removed using quantum superposition, leaving the electron shell free, shower radiation. That is in fact called the Helvetica scenario, and it's from the satirical television program Look Around You. Excuse me. So remember, it's 5 points for that last question for the Kessler syndrome. If you find it on YouTube, I should put up links to this. Look Around You is like a parody of those kind of really cheap and awful 1980s education films that were shoved on TV in the afternoons. First one's about calcium. But, you need to avoid the Helvetica scenario. So again, it's 30 points for part 2, 30 points for part 1. Total of 60 points possible. Excuse me, my belt is digging into my... The little horse has gone berserk down there, mate. Absolutely. Let's hope. That's a very hard round, yes. 12 totals, 17 for David Heath, 32 for... That's awesome. Ross Nye's team, 32 points. That is just astounding. Did you do your sums there, Jim Campbell? What do you get? Yes, the building's called the Space Needle. Yeah, whatever. Okay, while you're putting your scores up there, I'll just remind you that if you did enjoy it, chuck a dollar or $5 or $10 into there, make it happen. I need to tell you the next one, third Thursday of the month. We're sticking with that pattern through to the end of June, so there's one more episode to go in this series too. That's on Thursday, the 17th of June. What happens in the second half of the year? Look, there will be a third series. There might be a few changes. I'll think about that. And I'll try and work on getting the video quality back up. At least it hasn't overheated and spat the dummy and other things tonight. So that's good. So 17th of June, put that in your diary now, or subscribe to the YouTube channel. The Edict, we've got Kathy Wilcox coming up next Friday, the 28th of May. So if you have a trigger word or a conversation topic that you have credit for, throw that in. I'll need that by midday on Friday the 28th, so that we're ready with that. And that's it. I am very, very pleased to see some people manage to plough through that and get some scores. 11 for KA, still not bad. There are people who did worse, and it is tough. So that's the way it goes. Anyway, 17th of June for this next one. Edict next Friday. I'll look at the chat as I do the play out visit video. What do we got? Oh, look, I'm just going to stick a few more magpies on, you reckon? Anyway, until next time, I'm Still Garian. Wash your hands.
8 p.m. quiz is a Skank Media production. Sorry.